Yes.
That's how you want to play? Seriously? Huh. I'd say that should about do it for training. How about we take a lap around the village? Five whole years have passed since you took over for your father. So much has changed in that time.
You think so?
What's more, Capital's supposedly a real scary place now. Word is, the people slain by monsters and bandits are innumerable.
So I've heard.
It's all so different. I hope your dad's okay.
Trust me, you don't need to worry about him.
We've been able to turn a blind eye to these atrocities so far, but how long until Stahl is attacked? Pardon me. Pardon me.
That is one whole throat food.
Whoops. Hey, doesn't that look like Miki to you? Miki already? She looks way more mature than I did at her age.
I don't know. I've always considered her a little sister. I can only think of her as a kid. Let's see what she's up to.
What's going on?
I thought I saw some people off in the distance.
Some people?
I assume so. And I was curious since everyone's saying how dangerous things are now. Right there.
Whoa, no way. Your suspicions were right.
Talk about being fishy.
There's no way anyone could mistake them for stallions.
What do we do? Do you have any ideas?
Let's go to the mayor and think of a plan together.
Come on! Oh, I mean, you're okay with letting them go?
They'll just run away if we try to capture them. So what's the point? Don't you think it'd be better to prepare for an attack?
You're the heir to the Camus School of Swordsmanship, all right. You have the commander's instincts of your dad.
Pardon me if I find your tale of enemy scouts a little hard to swallow.
I'm not lying.
So, who is it you think we're dealing with?
Eidolon.
Eidolon? You mean those vile bandits who are more monsters than men?
In reality, they're a veritable natural disaster. They're so destructive that 5 years ago, my dad was asked to travel the country. Why? To specifically teach locals how to defend themselves against these degenerates.
We're done for! How could we ever hope to do anything against those savages?
Mr. Mayor.
But this is all too far over my head. I don't know the first thing about fighting.
Mr. Mayor! Please, calm down. You're this village's leader. You have to be its proverbial rock. I'll be the one to lead our people in battle.
But Fiddly!
Well, it's not like anyone else is stepping forward. Might as well be him.
I beg you, Fidel, please deliver our home from certain doom.
I'll give it everything I've got.
Do you think they'll actually attack us? No problems here.
No problems here.
How's it going over there?
No problems here. Do you think they'll actually attack us?
How's it going over there?
I hope this works out.
I can't stand this. I'm about to pull my hair out from all this stupid waiting.
Really? Why?
All the men are thinking the same thing. If no one attacks, then we're the ones that are gonna pay.
Still, I'd say that's preferable to getting raided.
Think we can hold out?
Maybe once at most. Depending on their numbers.
Once at most?
Yes. Both the men and the village itself would be hurting by the second time.
What do we do?
We'll ask the capital for reinforcements. Either way, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Take the women and kids to the training hall.
Gotcha!
Fellow townsmen, prepare for battle! Miki! For the training hall. That's where everyone is.
No! I'm going where you go. You don't hold your hands so much.
It always gets a lot bigger when we're whatever. Do what you will.
I won't go down easy here.
They're hightailing it out of here! Yes! We did it! We won!
Did we win?
Yeah, somehow. The village lives to see another day.
Thank you ever so much for all you've done for us.
We may have fended them off for now, but who knows what'll happen next time.
Next time? You're saying they might come again?
I think so.
Please tell me that's not true.
So, what's next? If I know you, I take it you have some kind of plan?
We'll ask the king for more troops.
More troops! A splendid idea.
I'll depart at once. I guess I won't be hearing any more of your quips for a while.
That make you sad?
More like relieved.
Damn, you're cold. Come back in one piece.
I will. And in time, too. Take care of Stahl for me, will you?
Done and done.
I hope you know I'm coming along.
Huh?
To the capital. With you.
Don't be stupid, Miki. Go on home. Hey, wait a minute! Don't you understand how dangerous it'll be?
That's exactly why I'm going. You could barely handle things last night. I could never let you go alone.
Don't be selfish.
And if I somehow do get in trouble, I know you'll save me from it.
Really, Miki?
If you won't take me with you, I'll go by myself. Maybe I'll get captured by sleazy bandits. Maybe I'll get attacked by savage beasts. But I'm still going. End of discussion.
See if I care. Okay, you've made your point. Take you with me.
Yes!
Not really
Under the
a
condition that
discussion.
you make sure to stick by my side.
Okay.
Okay. I forgot about the roll system. Okay.
Hello.
Hello. Just doing a general playthrough.
So tell us a little about this game.
Alright, to my knowledge, this is the last of the Star Ocean series. Unlike the other Star Oceans, you don't actually get to go out and explore the universe. This one is you're dealing with interlopers on your own planet. I have another playthrough that I honestly haven't played in so long I don't remember much about it. So I'm here just trying to get another understanding of it. The storyline is quite interesting, but falls in line with you and your childhood friend going out on an adventure.
Why?
There's
Oops. Emoji thumbs up.
Okay, let me try something. Because I'm not getting all of them when I'm talking. Oops, yay, adventure. I've got to change that. Okay, that's better. What you were hearing was the bot so that I could get the game full screen and not have to worry about reading the comments on the side. They're actually a very simple system. It's easy to get into, but as you level up and as you go through the story, as you see on this screen, you'll be able to get other roles to add to it. Don't remember specialties. Oh, these are like the special abilities such as, it's not called gardening, cooking, mining, making, all those little things. It's actually not as complex. There's one, harvesting. It's not as complex, but it is able to be accessed earlier if you're willing to grind for it. So yeah, those are two different specialties of the harvest skill, mining and fishing. Let's see here. Kind of like what they did in The Last Hope, except it's a broad category that everybody learns. It's not just one person. Now, I don't remember how to get skill points. I think it's the jewel stuff there. I think I just do normal battles. And speaking of battles, it's a mix between free fighting and not random battle encounters. So just like in Star Ocean, The Last Hope, I can not run into critters and not have to fight, or I can run into critters and fight. But the only thing is that I see how many critters are going to be in the battle. And yes, they just repaint the critters as you level, or as you get to certain spots in the story. Preemptive, physical, and magical attacks increase. But I'm not on the web looking this stuff up. So yeah, I will earn skill points. I'd rather not escape, but, you know, good to know. And that was a simple fight. 8 XP, 94 full, and 4 skill points. Now, not at the moment, but I will get an item that shows me where things are on the map. In order to get to the map here, you have to push the options button for the wonderful map. That's really it. I mean, nothing else in or... There's just different buttons you gotta push. X for weak attacks, circle for strong attacks. Square for blocking and dodging. You also have counters in this by double pressing square. And of course they brought back the hold to get the skill attacks. Learn battle skills. No, that's not what I'm looking for. Use battle skills. Apparently you also get a little healing as well. I don't know what to talk about. Yay, level up.
Still got a long way to go.
I wouldn't be here without training.
And then of course you got the crappy, not really crappy, but the level up lines. Oh, no SP for opening a treasure chest. Run. Oh, there are also chests that required keys. They don't require the, they don't have rings so much as keys in this one. I think. As I've said, it's been quite some time since I've played this. Now something funny is that these critters attack the thing furthest from it. which can really suck
Alright, who's next?
when you're trying to keep someone alive. Holding circle outside of battle helps you run. Of course, there's this little rock, paper, scissors thing about guarding. Guard breaks weak attacks, which also allow you to counter, and then you have strong attacks, which break through the guard, and weak attacks stun people who are making strong attacks. So I'd have to say that the battle system is quite simplistic. Compared to other games. But it's not exactly it's kind of a refreshing thing to have something simple, but at the same time a little aggravating because it's kind of, I guess best way to say it is dumbed down for people. Oh, I didn't grab that. There we go.
That's all you got?
Alright, who's next?
Of course, no actual jumping, just falling off cliff sides. Ah, like that.
Great job. So let's keep moving.
We did it!
I want to say leaving an adjacent area resets harvest points, possibly the chests, but I don't recall. Nope. Of course, the more people in your party, the more difficult things are going to be. Ooh, arcane bracelet. Let me... Equipment, that's what I'm looking for. Max MP plus 3%. She needs it anyway. Da, da, da.
Good to go.
Ooh, nope.
Great job. So let's keep moving. I wouldn't be here without training.
Yay, tortoise shell. Which reminds me. Not the synopsis. Battle trophies are nice. Boo-ha. Okay, boo-ha. I swear there was an encyclopedia for monsters. Hello, Mavadello. This is a game that, yep, PS4. This is a game that Crystal actually, or excuse me, Storm Angelus there actually got me interested in, along with another friend at the time, or currently her ex. So it's an interesting setup. Good story, good balance of fights, a bit simple on the gameplay, but it's refreshing after the complexities of the last two games.
Great job. So let's keep moving.
Actually, no, those were still quite complicated. Actually, I'd have to say more of a Final Fantasy... I don't know. What's a simple one? 12 was simple in its ups and downs and gameplay. Pretty straightforward on its storyline as well. While still in mostly open world, it still had its closed off. You still only could go to certain places at certain times. In this case, you have to open up places as you go along. This isn't as open a world as 7, 8, 9. I think 10 was pretty closed off. Although I never got far enough into 10. if it wasn't. Like, if you could go wherever. 10.2 had that ability to go wherever you wanted. This is also a very circular map. Aside from a couple of spots, you go one way to go to just come back around. I can't show you a full map, but I started at a village and I have to take this coastal route around. Your opinion, you're worth it, but I actually enjoyed 12. But yeah, it had a bit more similarity to this. However, the Star Ocean series, I don't know. I feel like they have a better storytelling capability. The other thing is, I'm actually noticing how some maps are the same. Like, not in the same game, but like this map that I'm on now, I actually recognize this from the previous Star Ocean game. And that's as much of a spoiler as I'm going to say about it. Ah, that sucked. There's the way to change target. Oh, look, the chest I missed.
Great job. Now let's keep moving. I wouldn't be here without training.
Now here's the specialties. I can now harvest. What do you mean by position play? I'm gonna assume that was supposed to be never mind. Not so much front row and back row. The excited about harvesting, isn't she? Anyway, there's the party members have an AI to themselves. I can set them up to not do anything. In this case, this game has roles, and only one person can have a role at a time. And as you can see in the section to the right, you display your talents. Concentrate on healing quickly. That's really all it is. Sometimes it'll have different things saying, oh, well, you like to keep your distance, or hey, you're up close and personal. You know, 4 little stats, 2 accessories, armor, weapon. In this case, you have this healer who is the only one so far that is able to use magic. But then again, this is the start of the game. Yes, honey, it's over already. Ugh. Anyway. But no, not much in the positions.
Did you hear something creepy just now?
Yes, I did hear something creepy just now. Oh yeah, it's very crisp.
Don't take me so lightly.
I think it was one of the first 4K. Yeah. I think this was actually Tri-Ace. I think the first ones helped with Square Enix, but this one was made by Square Enix. It does have Tri-Ace on its opening credits, though. And I hope I'm not screaming your ears off. Did I go back down?
That thing's huge. How are we supposed to beat a walking mountain?
Well, it's gel, so you can always set it on fire.
It's coming for us.
Wow, she can't heal herself apparently. So, standard issues.
With pleasure.
Don't get distracted.
The healer does not know how to heal herself.
Focus on the enemy.
Oh, right.
Oh. You gonna hit me again? There we go. I'm not too big on what is classified as
We can't thank you
JRPGs.
enough for that.
Long as you're safe. My name is Victor Oakville. I'm a soldier with the Rasulian army.
This is Miki Savister.
Nice to meet you.
I'm Fidel Camuse. I teach swordsmanship in the village of Stahl.
Camuse, I knew it. Those techniques had to be the same as Daryl's.
They certainly are. Although, if I had to guess, I'd say your style has also been influenced by him. Did you study under him in the army?
Of course I did. How interesting. I never knew my master had a child. It's dangerous around here. Let me escort you to the next town.
As representatives of Stahl, we're on our way to ask the king for reinforcements. As for why we're doing that, it's because Eidolon recently tried to invade our village. I hate to sound presumptuous, but do you think you could take us to the person in charge of dispatching troops?
We share both experience on the battlefield and a relation to the same individual. I'll take you to the capital, but I can't assure you of the outcome.
Thank you so very much. Do you think the crown will help us?
The timing is far from perfect. But if Mr. Camuse were to put in a good word...
What about Old Man Camuse?
Master Camuse currently works in the capital as an advisor for Rasulia's military, where he teaches the way of the sword. Within the army, his word is law.
The old man's really that important now?
He is. That is but one reason it would behoove you not to call him an old man in public. Save that for us.
I guess that makes sense. I'll work on it.
Okay, I was waiting for the cutscene to end, that's all. I don't care for MMOs. My issue tends to be the same as with any MMO. There's only so many times I can take a 4-year-old or 5-year-old telling me how much of a whore my mother is. I'm sure a lot of people enjoy them, but between the inability to drop loot that I want or need and the constant bickering I hear,
Could have been worse, I guess.
I don't want any part of that negativity, if that makes any sense. And yes, that is my catchphrase, if that makes any sense. Says the person doing 10 times more damage than me.
Show me what you got.
Okay, please focus now.
A decisive win with minimal casualties.
Yeah, I'll check on Guild Wars, but warships are not exactly something I care for. Just not my forte is all. I don't know why I even fight. I'll check his roll in a second.
As close to perfect as it gets.
I wouldn't be here without training.
No family history tied to warships? Trying to remember how to get roll mastery and levels up. Oh, come on. No cobalt, even not go.
That wasn't even worth the effort.
Don't take me so lightly! Still got a long way to go.
See, I know I have some family ties, but they weren't all that strong for me. I'm not. I support, but I do not feel I fall into military, if that makes sense. Nope, still on.
So that's Medoc, I take it?
That it is.
Oh, this light, it's stunning.
It's also the gateway to the neighboring country of Langdok.
If we weren't on this mission, I'd love to have a more leisurely look around.
My duties require that I spend the night in this town. If you wish to follow me, you are more than welcome to sleep at the same inn.
You can get us a room? We'd be positively overjoyed, wouldn't we, Fiddly?
You bet.
Yes!
I wouldn't say pacifist versus not pacifist. I'd say something more along the lines of I know how to fight and I know when to fight. Until, you know, just like everybody else, I blow my cool and, well, not so much anymore.
Whoops.
I do try. Oh, that's her. Oh yeah, the other great thing, money is not as hard to come by in these games. Yep. I just don't have the skill to cook yet. I need more of those. I think that's true of everyone. Ooh, already ran out of money. I'll take them though. if anyone has any questions about this game or me, I'd be happy to answer. Hey, I said it's not hard to come by. I didn't say it wasn't easy to spend.
Sorry. Sorry.
I don't want to progress. I need the money to level my weaponry. Now, for the time-old tradition in RPGs of grinding. No dance floor was harmed in the making of this. At least with, you know, Butch right there, fights are going to be easy. Mostly. Summer could use some luck though. No, the greatest time waster in life is YouTube right now. Oh. Okay, you're right. Well, how else are you supposed to learn the greatest dance moves?
A decisive win with minimal casualties.
I mean, I spent like, what, 5,000 money in this game? And after this fight, I'll be halfway to it. So 235. Okay, no, I spent a lot more than I thought. or I earn less than I think. Oh yeah, I activated harvesting after I moved past a couple of things.
He strikes first, has the upper hand.
As close to perfect as it gets.
So harvesting is good for different things. You get food ingredients as well as berries, which basically just allow you to stay healthy, make things just another part of the game.
A decisive win with minimal casualties.
The wolf things that I just got there are good for making items. And of course I do this wonderful thing in this game that I can't seem to do in any other game. It's called save. Or saving.
I don't think that's the way to go.
Oh, it won't let me out. Okay. See how many times around I can go. Well, you see, there's this little feature in games called save points. A lot of games nowadays don't really have them because they have this feature called save anywhere. So, you know, when I see these things called save points, I remember to save my game. Whereas when I'm in an open world that doesn't have these wonderful little points, say Fallout, Skyrim, I tend to forget to save. Just ask Storm.
Decisive win with minimal casualties.
He strikes first, has the upper hand. Let that move. Don't think so.
As close to perfect as it gets.
Kill Stiller.
Still got a long way to go.
Never strike.
Yeah, no autosaves. You know, Fallout 4 has some, but you can turn them off. Survival mode, you know, they have autosaves, but their autosave is literally whenever you sleep. So I guess you could say any sleep point could be considered a save point in Fallout 4 survival mode. In Skyrim, again, you can turn off the autosaves to help with your load speed.
Take advantage of this. That wasn't even worth the effort.
Nom nom raw fish. Oh wait, I'm not a cat.
Good to go.
Alright, you asked about positions earlier. Notice... Wow, I just lost his name. That guy, while he's listed as a role of defender, he tends to move away from the main character. In fact, target tough foes while defending yourself. So, I guess he goes after whoever has the highest HP. Yeah, it can be weird, but at the same time, when you have a full party, I want to say you're looking at 6 to 12 people. That's not 12 people, that's way too large. I want to say it's 6 people. Of course, you can always go be like Storm and look stuff up well before you play the game. Shopkeep, give me better weapons. Better, not by much. I can understand their benefits, but I unfortunately have a pretty good memory for video games, I mean. And when I see something on a Let's Play, I remember it, and it kind of sometimes ruins things for me, you know, spoilers and whatnot. Yeah, I know better than to sell Sage. Well, I can focus more graphical and mechanical, but I do enjoy the gameplay and story, because there's only so much before I have to notice, or before I have to focus on gameplay and story. The visuals here are wonderful, they're well built, and the mechanics of the game are easy to go through, easy to learn, and just like any game, if you don't pay attention, you can screw something up. But the gameplay and the story, I really would say, are more the focus of a game, while the graphics and the mechanics are frosting, I guess is the greatest way of putting it. You know, icing, frosting, you know, the sweet stuff, cherry on top stuff. And of course, I don't know where half of these idioms come from. Ugh.
Right. So this goes with
Enter Welch.
No good. I knew it. Hunter Welch. Oh, you're not a customer? Well, then do I ever have the perfect job for you. I'm one step away from just about completing this amazing mixture of mine, but it definitely needs something else. And I know just the stuff. Here are the details.
If it tastes like blueberries, it must be good for you.
Don't just stand there, get to work! Chop chop! You know what to do.
I don't, actually. Bulletin board. Okay. Okay. Crap. I don't remember how to access that. Perfect timing, I have a favor to ask. Deliver 5 blueberries. Okay. Trying to remember how to do that PA there. I don't know. Compounding issue. She's where I learned a lot of things from.
Perfect! This is exactly what I wanted! Now I can continue with the experiment. I did it! Success! I'm now one step closer to becoming the creator of the all-time greatest items around! Thank you so much for your help. There's no way I could have ever done it without you. I knew you'd pull through for me. Yeah, no doubt about it. Keep it up, because I'm counting on you, assistant number 1.
Okay. I like Miki in the background there. Huh. As a level 3 compounding. Now if I could just remember how to use it. There we go. Creation. Item creation. Must possess the materials. Okay. So I'm apparently going to be getting food here. I shouldn't have spent all that money on all that skill points then.
Oh, what do we have here? If it isn't old assistant number 1, what timing? You'll be the perfect guinea pig. Food critic. Here, try this delicious juice recipe I've concocted. Don't be shy. It's got the Welch seal of approval, which is the best in the business. See the label? Go on now, down the hatch with it.
I can't change the camera.
That's strange. It was downright ambrosial when I made it with fruit. Maybe there's a problem in the recipe? That has to be it.
Yeah,
Hey,
I can
there.
understand how the
You
music
call the
gets on the
frills.
nerves after a while.
Congratulations! You're my second assistant. As your first duty, you can improve this juice recipe.
Resources. Lemon and a bottle of spring water. Do I even have those? I has lemon, I has no spring water. Okay. Thankfully the music does change from locations. I also have the game master volume turned down, as well as different little setting changes for the volume. I need spring water. There we go. Wow, that's expensive. I'm running. Basic lemonade. Let's see here. That gives me fishing and cooking. Once I'm through with the PSA. PSA? No, PA.
What's this, assistant number 2? Your improved recipe? And you even brought me the ingredients? I knew I could count on you. Let me mix it right up.
If yellow is lemon, why is it giving off a purple haze?
Great! So refreshing and full body. A recipe like this only comes around once every millennium. I knew I was right to entrust the homebody with a homey task, but don't think it's because I can't do stuff like that. No siree.
Shouldn't
Here,
it be
assistant
like
number 1.
2 words?
I made another go at this whole juice thing. You'll love it this time, I guarantee. What? How can that be? Oh, sorry. That was a little something left over from an earlier experiment.
I'm just waiting for her to make you drink nitroglycerin. Cooking is always an important skill.
What's this?
Do not trust. Yeah, Welch in any game just... She's not the person you really want to trust, but she tends to be the one you have to work with for, creations. Alright, let's get a move on. Actually, with him in the party, I wonder if I can go ahead and... Yeah, one of those. I wonder if I can go ahead and get number 3 here.
Assistant number 1. Impeccable timing, as always. I need your professional opinion regarding a new field of research in which I've begun to dabble.
Uh-oh.
It's something we simply can't do without in this age of the corrupt, mystical abominations, the war with Tracor, evildoers, and chaos.
The
What's
war?
that saying? Axes speak louder than words. When faced with a deadly enemy, you need to make equally deadly weapons and armor. I want to give people the ability to do that in their homes. Comprende? And the fact that you're a master swordsman is written indelibly all over your face. It reads, I can swing a sword with the best of them. I mean, you wouldn't have it written all over your face if you weren't a man who knows his way around a blade, right? So you'll do it for me?
It's called scars. Three pieces of iron, 5 wooden sticks, which I can probably guarantee I don't have. I have them in the wrong numbers, though. Good to have more iron, though. Let's see here. Probably can't afford it, but this guy, does he sell it? 300 apiece, Gigas. Right. Okay, moving along in the story. Don't want to get y'all too bored.
So sorry. No, it's my fault.
Pardon me.
Okay. Vegetable stir fry. Okay, now this is making me hungry. I'll do the honors. Sleep.
Fiddly? Fiddly? Hey, you awake? Why, you brute! Would it kill you to awaken a little slower? I was scared to death.
Oh, my bad.
What in the name of... I make nice and wake you since the day's getting on, and yet...
It's really that late?
Yeah, it is. Victor's gone. He went out a while ago.
I see.
None of that now. Jeez, get going, get going!
Okay. Now I can start.
Good. Then I'll be waiting outside. Don't take long. As always, you're so cute when you sleep.
But you're certainly not when you talk like that.
At least they got facial expressions down better. And of course, no way to steal anything from the rooms.
Are you good to go?
Sorry for keeping you.
Victor said he'll be waiting at the western gates.
The western gates. Let's go there.
Great.
No. Okay.
Pardon me.
Squeeze you. Must save. And at this point, I disclose none of my voices are meant to offend. I think she has more than one screw loose.
Who's that with him?
Sorry we're late.
And late you are.
Who might she be?
This is Lady Brunelli, a signaturge from Langdon.
Lady Brunelli, is it?
Fiore Brunelli. You can just call me Fiore.
Name's Fidel.
I'm Miki.
She is one of the most knowledgeable researchers at the Royal Institute of Signatory Studies. Languedoc so kindly dispatched her in response to our own king's request for aid.
What? You work at the Royal Institute? That's amazing. You're the envy of signatures the world over.
I'm hardly of that high caliber.
No. You truly are.
Victor, is this the duty you were talking about?
Yes, it is. I have been charged with escorting Lady Brunelli safely to our capital. But I know we're all anxious to get there. I'll explain everything else on the way.
Yeah, the tail's fake. I don't know a single woman who would ever wear that. Unless you were up to something.
Our nation is currently at war with the neighboring kingdom of Dracour.
I've heard a fair share of rumors about that.
Things don't look good for us, as cries for support on the front line have reached the capital.
So we're losing then?
The reports remain unconfirmed, but it seems the enemy has developed a new weapon and is using it to great effect.
A new weapon? Such as?
I won't pretend to understand it, but it can supposedly attack from great distances and is far more destructive than our most advanced signaturgy.
A cryptic new type of weapon? Sounds like a scapegoat to me.
The fact that we're losing is true, and so is the fact that no signaturges in the field can discern why.
And I've been called to figure it out.
Our nation has always had a close and congenial relationship with the eastern kingdom of Languedoc. Now we must call upon them for aid in unraveling this mystery, as they possess the finest signaturgical research facility on the entire continent.
I see. So that's how it is.
Begin the war. Hey Storm, if you're still watching, recognize these buggers? That's one way of saying it.
Battle nourishes the warrior.
Hey, she deserves sleep. Understatement. But she's not the only one. So what's the temperature where you're at, Mauve? And I'm okay with it getting it in Celsius.
As close to perfect as it gets.
Knowledge is power.
Oh, that would be delicious right now. I'm referring to the temperature.
Don't take me so lightly.
Even that would be great. That's not very good, very good, very good. Hey, when you're dealing with 30 degrees Celsius and up, and that's before midnight, it's 15 would be a blessing. And I can't remember what I was doing. Oh yeah, this way.
A decisive win with minimal casualties.
Still got a long way to go.
I wouldn't be here without training.
Oh yeah. Well, that's the same for just about every state above Virginia.
Why can't they
If
all
it's
be
above, like, let's see here, 32 for you, for Celsius, they call it a heat wave. And close schools and all that wonderful stuff. But I laugh mostly because that's what temperature it normally gets to down here. And then
Win with minimal casualties.
my winter temp, it can range from 18 Celsius to let's see here, most I've seen it 3 Celsius. Granted, when we get snow, yeah, our government likes to shut down everything down here because, you know, hey, don't look at me like that. I know your winters are in the negatives.
close to perfect as it gets.
I still have a lot more to learn.
We also have that wonderful thing called mud bogging. So we get rain. A lot of people like to think life starts, but it's not always the case. Honestly, I'd just love to have an actual white winter instead of the 3 or 4 days.
A decisive win with minimal casualties.
Yeah, but you don't have the idiots that go around and mess up, you know, farming fields and turn them into nothing but mud holes.
Close to perfect as it gets.
That was
Tasty mushroom. Look, I understand that, you know, add water and you get instant idiot, but I just... No, that wasn't sensitive of me, isn't it? You know, saying that you don't have people that act that way. Yeah, my favorite way to get rid of floods is to live away from the river. You know, live outside the floodplain.
Could have been worse, I guess. Decisive win with minimal casualties.
Still room for improvement.
Yeah, but that's a canal. That's a little bit different than a river. At least in my understanding of the definitions. Canals are built, and thus a lot sturdier. And as you said, you know how to deal with flooding. I wish I could remember how to up these. Run! Run, I say! Story time.
This place is pretty quiet for a capital. How different from Langdok.
Follow me to the castle. Lady Brunelli, sorry to ask you before settling on where to sleep.
Maybe later.
Pardon me.
Inn. Okay, don't want to go to the inn just yet. Nope.
Whoops. Whoops. Sorry.
Do I have any? Yep, I have one. I remember that quest.
Knowledge is power.
Scavenger roll. What do we have here? Well, that's how you learn it. And that's how you level it, too. I don't know when I got those. I shall learn Scavenger. And of course, these are what I was referring to having more roles that you can fill. Attack, intelligence, defense, mental, critical hit rate. And if I remember correctly, actually, I want to say when you reach mastery, you go up to the next level. And you can spend extra SP to level faster. At each level, not at each level, but at some levels, the rolls increase. And you can get better or worse stats. For instance, Betrayer, you know, it says allies act less, foes more. So that's a +6 actions to foes before your AIs act. But you gain the benefit of good judgment, which basically means you attack if you're on AI at a better time, and you increase XP. I don't remember if that's for party or if that's just for you. Hothead has good for attack and intelligence, good for magic or for non-magic. So each role does have its benefit. Scavenger, there's your increase of money. Told you money was easy to get. And of course, setting rolls. Once you've learned a roll, you can set it to somebody. Yeah, because you can only set 4 on each person, and you've got more than 4, let's see here, you have more than 30 different roles to choose from. Basic attacker, you perform more automatic attacks, which would be great if he was on AI, but not so much as I tend to play him. But you also have Plant Slayer and Insect Slayer, which increases your damage to and from. Each character, when you're able to get all of them, each character does have better roles that they're suited for, but at the same time, you gotta build them up, which unfortunately does and can take the time as well. Skills. Do I have any skills that I can purchase yet? Now, you'll also get other specialties outside of Welch, but
single step.
She seems to be the most active of them. Hey, I'm only a lieutenant, thank you very much. But I am going to go in here, save, and call it a game. Thanks for helping me with being able to comment. And I will try not to wait. Let's see here. When was the last time I played the other one? I will try not to wait over a year to play again. Thank you, it was fun having you. Have fun, stay safe, and game on.